Welcome back to Trinitarian. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And he's doing some weird dance, the count up dance, I suppose.
Yes, exactly. What is your count up right now?
It says 14, 15, 16.
Okay. I'm about 3 seconds ahead of you.
Okay.
I'm always a couple seconds ahead of you. I found it worked to my advantage all those years.
Anyway,
yes.
The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned one of two stays in place that were preventing Donald Trump or ruling against Donald Trump from deploying the National Guard in Portland. I got a story up here on NPR basically saying a divided federal appeals court for the Ninth Circuit on Monday overturned a temporary restraining order put in place by a federal judge in Portland, removing a legal impediment that was preventing the Trump administration from sending the National Guard to Portland. Quote, after considering the record at this preliminary stage, we conclude that it is likely that the president lawfully exercises statutory authority, the majority wrote. It's unclear what impact this ruling will immediately have on the ground. The Ninth Circuit's decision applies to only one of two temporary restraining orders that U.S. District Judge Karen Immergut issued this month blocking the deployment. Right now, until the district court acts on the second TRO, National Guard members from Oregon or any other state cannot deploy. So, you know, there's a reason right there for getting multiple overlapping restraining orders, because one got overturned, but another one's still in place, and yuck, you still don't get to put your army men down on the ground and run them around doing stuff.
Yep.
Mostly picking up litter and raking leaves or something like that to prevent wildfires or forest fires in Portland.
Yes. And then Trump's also looking at deploying the National Guard into San Francisco next, basically saying, we're going to make San Francisco great. It won't be great if it keeps going the way it's going.
Yeah,
like Trump gives absolutely zero F's about the city of San Francisco.
And San Francisco gives even fewer F's about that dude.
I was going to say the feeling is absolutely mutual.
I would say roughly, I think when I remember the election numbers, about 20 or 25% of the population of San Francisco would have voted for Trump or any Republican.
Was it
and about 75 to 80% are anti-Trump.
Yeah.
He's not a popular character in this area.
No, he's not.
But, if they want us in the National Guard to San Francisco, the Tenderloin's got lots of poop they can clean up.
Yeah.
And all sorts of stuff. That would be amazing. You guys just get your brooms and your dustpins and some spray balls with Clorox bleach in it and some push brooms and stuff like that. And you go to town and clean up those streets.
Yeah, San Francisco has its share of problems, and it really did get kind of bad during the whole COVID outbreak. But it seems like they're kind of getting back on the ball of cleaning up their act. I mean, there's a drug problem, especially in the Tenderloin, around the parks. That's where the homeless kind of camp out, and there's all kinds of issues, but it's nothing that we need the National Guard in there to fix.
Not even remotely close.
No. It's not like there's huge protests attacking government buildings. There's no federal agencies in danger. There's no insurrection going on. But, Trump's rattling his saber. I don't know what he hopes to accomplish out of it.
I usually can figure out even baseline motivations. And this one, just other than I can put troops wherever I want, whenever I want, type of messaging, I really don't understand what the point of this is.
Yeah, it's unless he feels this is a great way to punish San Francisco for not voting for me. It's a revenge tour, so that could be his main motivation.
Well, the other thing you try to do is provoke people into violence. Then you can say, "Oh no, look at the rioting in the streets. I really should invoke the Insurrection Act."
Yeah, he creates a problem and then he creates the solution, right?
Right, instigates the problem, so he can implement his solution.
Yeah, so I'm very curious what's going to happen with these because the folks that brought the injunction to stop Trump from deploying the troops, they're going to file an appeal to the full Ninth Circuit court.
And was this a 3-panel?
Yeah, it was a 3-person panel. 2 of the people
Okay.
Trump appointed.
Okay, yeah, I can see why you would want the en banc to review that, because I think the Ninth Circuit's one of the most liberal circuits, and they managed to get probably two of the least liberal ones on there.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at the energy on that, and we can just sort of roll it from there for entertainment purposes only. Hi, folks. Okay, so let's look at the energy on the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, this decision, and where it's going to go next. Obviously they're going to appeal to the 9-person or the full panel of judges. And how is that going to go? Oops. Okay. Current situation: 10 of Cups. This is the MAGA, once again celebrating all the wonderful things that Trump's been doing. We're going to make America great again, one illegal order at a time. The challenge is the 4 of Swords. But we got to do it before he dies. I'm going to go with the challenge is, if you sit back and contemplate what's being done, you would come to a different answer than this mini Court of Appeals came up with the 3-person Court of Appeals came up. It can also be, got to do it before Trump dies. Underneath is the star. This is about democracy. You got checks and balances in the different branches of the government. Although, gosh, it seems like some of those checks have been sort of corrupted in the past. Got the Page of Swords, just willing to attack the Constitution and just challenge everything. I'm going to just basically do what I want and have someone come out here and try and stop me. I'm going to push the boundaries on everything. Current energy is the Queen of Cups. It's certainly Portland doesn't want the National Guard. San Francisco definitely doesn't want the National Guard. So right now it's probably keep calm, carry on. They haven't released the National Guard yet, but I suspect that there will be protests like you cannot believe if they decide to deploy the National Guard, especially in San Francisco. Overarching energy is the moon. It's a mystery. There's confusion. We're not sure what direction this is going yet. Secrets are being kept at this point. Lesson to be learned: King of Swords. The truth is out there. Basically, this appeals court has to come back and be very decisive as to what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Because I'm paraphrasing, but the 2 judges that said that, we're okay with this, that basically lifted the lower court's ruling, basically said, we shouldn't, it's like we shouldn't tie Trump's hands completely. We should give him some leeway. This is the card that's like, okay, look, we need to make a really clear decision as opposed to let's give him some gray area leeway. Because as David has pointed out in the past, if you give Trump a step, give him a yard, he'll take the yard and then want 10 more. And he'll keep taking and taking and taking until someone pushes back. Outcome, 8 of Wands. There's going to be actions. Do we know how many people are on the 9th Circuit, David?
I don't know if it's like 9 or 11 members of the county justices on the 9th Circuit.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if the 8 is the number of judges that will vote in a single direction. But that, if there's only 9, that's obviously either they're all going to say that it's a great decision. I mean, this could just be the Trump wanting to take actions.
Apparently, there's 29 active judges
in the Ninth Circuit.
Yeah.
So what does the Eight of Wands tell me? Is this about communications? Is this about actions being taken? Actions for the future.
En banc would be 11 justice. An en banc panel for the Ninth Circuit is 11 judges, chief judge and 10 judges selected randomly.
Okay. So to me, it's like you've got 8 that are going to go one way and 3 that are going to say, okay, we'll try a different tact in the future. I've been wrong completely when it comes to the court rulings on this, because I'm always wish casting that these courts will adhere to the Constitution and the spirit of the Constitution. I'm going to fall down that same wish cast and say 8 against or 8 against the initial appeals court ruling and 3 in favor of it.
Yeah, it shows that there are 16 judges appointed by Democrats, 13 judges appointed by Republicans. Now, just because you're appointed by a Republican doesn't mean that you're some MAGA person that will give Donald Trump full ability to do whatever he wants.
Right.
But certainly it's going to be the conservative justices that will lean that way. For long and short, if there's 11 justices on there, likely 6 or 7 will be Democrats if things are randomized.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Right. Okay. What was your question? Was it just the energy around it?
Yeah. How's it looking for if they go the full? Is it en banc? Is what you're saying? It's
called? Yeah, en banc is the.
If they go full en banc, how is that leaning? And it seems like it's going to be like an 8-3.
Okay. Now I would say, what is Trump's real motivation for doing this? I mean,
fair enough.
Is it truly just to be a bully? Is he trying to provoke the crowd into violence so that he can then send the National Guard in? Usually I get money cards in there, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I don't know how he makes money off of it if that's the case, but let's see what his motivation is. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, if Trump had figured out a way to grift money off of this, he would do it. I think this is just to him like a big opportunity to do something. And with the hedge row, it's you. If you don't learn the lesson the first time, you get to repeat it. So this is what we got. Portland, we have Chicago. There's probably some other places he sent these troops to.
DC.
Yeah, DC, Los Angeles. So if at first you fail miserably, keep trying and failing miserably. And he's not going to stop. After San Francisco, I don't know where else you're going to go next. San Francisco's pretty liberal as far as it goes, but he has another opportunity, and it's just something that he's been planning for a while, and he probably has other places underneath there. Underneath it all is Temperance. Temperance is a card of integration on the high level. So segregation is another. It's almost a purity test. It's just he's testing, he's experimenting. This is, think of like a chemist mixing things together to see if you get a compound or if you get a mixture that does something. He's experimenting with this, trying to find the right formulation to move forward with the deploying of the National Guard. In the past, you got the Queen of Wands. It's just this constant planning. It's like, okay, you know what? it didn't work here. Where do we go next? How can we do things differently? Again, it's like there's an experimentation going on, all this fire energy. So now we roam along like Marco Polo through the sands of through the sands of Egypt, trying to find trade routes. So now the gypsies, or not gypsies, that's not the best word for it, but then the nomads now come to California and see what we can do in San Francisco. Overarching energy is the Three of Cups, thinking that maybe they'll actually have some success here this time. Maybe they're, now that they've got at least one, the Ninth Circuit ruled on them in Portland. Now, obviously, they said they were coming before they got the ruling on Portland, but because Trump was saying on Sunday that he was sending the troops. I don't think the court ruled that. I think they ruled today.
Yeah.
I think they feel like maybe they've got a better mixture coming to San Francisco. Lesson to be learned, the Nine of Cups. It's almost like Trump's not doing this. Somebody else is driving it. They're just telling him what to do, and it sounds good to him. It appeals to him. It appeals to Trump. This is kind of like what he likes to do. He likes to come in heavy-handed, push his way around. It's just a bully move. But I don't think he's coming up with himself. People are directing him to it, but he's a very willing participant. Outcome is the Seven of Coins. Again, I don't think they're going to be successful in getting past the Ninth Circuit. Maybe maybe with this 9 here, this could be the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals waiting for him to see if he can deploy, and he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait to deploy. He can't just, if he makes the announcement he's deploying, the lawsuits are going to come fast and furious. The lawsuits will get submitted to the courts sooner than Trump can get boots on the ground. The courts most likely will put a stay in place like they have done in Portland, saying you can't do that. And, we already have one stay overturned in Portland and one stay in place in Portland. San Francisco, at least, or whoever files the lawsuit in San Francisco knows to at least file the one that works and hasn't been overturned yet. They can insert the second one as well because it's going to be ruled on by the full en banc Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And if that happens, if it stays in Portland, it'll stay in San Francisco. I don't think they've gotten the right mixture together of what they need to get this on, but it's not really telling me why. It's just telling me that they're doing it on purpose and they're just looking for that opportunity, but I don't know the underlying reason.
Yeah. Is Trump going to try and go with the Insurrection Act? My gut feeling is he's testing the water to see if he can do it before going for the Insurrection Act. If he can't get what he wants from the courts, and the tide keeps turning, like the Epstein files may come back, or the No Kings protests get bigger, he may go for the Insurrection Act. And is that his end game? Is the end game the Insurrection Act for Trump?
It seems like it's his only ace in the hole.
There's your Ace of Pentacles, because that's what I saw when I saw the Ace of Pentacles. I thought, okay, he's got. You're saying it's a new opportunity. Yeah, here's his opportunity to take another run at it. There's your Three of Cups. If right now there's some celebrations going on the left coast because we've managed to hold them off. You got the Four of Swords. That was my cross card on the last reading on this. Is sitting back, laying low, thinking about doing this, about doing the Insurrection Act. In the past, you got the Ace of Cups, strong emotional reactions, both from the protesters and probably in the White House. Trump was probably pissed about the number of people that showed up for these rallies across the United States and the world. I mean, he put together this really bad AI of him in a fighter jet with King Trump on the side, dumping shit on protesters, which I'm sure appealed to all the 10-year-olds out there on YouTube. Current energies, Queen of Cups. This is about keeping a lid on it for now. Overarching energy is the sun, but the sun is going to shine light on this. The truth is going to come out. Lesson to be learned is the Two of Cups. It's about agreements, people working together, people understanding and coming together. You can agree to disagree. You can forgive. Empress, you got to do what's best for everyone in the United States. That's not really telling me much about the Insurrection Act. What does the Empress mean? Give me a little more on the Empress. Here's your Seven of Pentacles. Evaluating things in the future. You know, you got something in front of you, but there's a whole bunch of things you need to consider in the future. There's a truth coming out about kings, maybe, and then being upset with how things have been going. It's not helping me, unless it's painfully obvious to you, and I'm just a moron.
Well, you're half right. I just won't tell you what half.
Exactly. Well, I are automatically assuming that it's not clear as crystal to you. I'm just being a moron.
See, I've done a 4-carder on that one, but you wanted to go the full spread. You knocked yourself out. You made things way harder on yourself than you needed to.
I did.
I don't think we know. The answer is we don't know at this time. Or if you want to read Gary's spread and actually translate it for him, leave a comment.
Tell me what I threw there.
He'll take ownership of the most thumbed up comment will be the correct answer to that last spread.
I'll tell you what, there are some people in the comments that are really damn good at interpreting these cards, way better than I am.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, not David is better than I am. He just doesn't parade it around.
We pale in comparison to him. I mean, look how dark he is. We look pale compared to him.
I know. I'm a little less pale compared to you, but yeah,
yes.
Even I am quite pale compared to him.
Although you're quite bleached out with your lighting in there.
I could do this, and then I will become less bleached.
It doesn't make a difference.
No, that's terrible. Yeah, I really need to work the lighting in this room.
I don't think it's the room that's the problem. I think it's the laptop you chose.
Oh, well.
You don't have a way to adjust the exposure of your camera, do you?
I do not. No.
Yes, that's a problem. You might have to get one of those a camera that mounts on top of your computer. Then maybe that might give you some additional functionality.
Yeah, I might have to look into that.
Yeah,
cheaper than buying a whole new computer.
Yes, it is. Unless you get one on the cheap.
Yes, like I did.
Anyways, I'm going to leave. Well, let's just leave it here. There's a lot of courtroom drama to play out on this yet. Trump likes announcing things to get a rise out of people. And as you can see with his AI fighter jet dropping undisclosed brown liquid on protesters for the No Kings rally. The sophomorish, childish, juvenile behavior just never stops. Now, here's the thing. Gary and I are sophomorish, immature, childish, silly sense of humor with the best of them. But this is supposed to be the president of the United States. This is supposed to be, the party that's ruling the White House, the most powerful country of the world. And they've got potty humor that would make a 6-year-old blush.
Well, it's one thing if it was actually funny. I mean, there was nothing funny or clever about it.
It's just crude.
Yeah. It's like, geez, just it's yeah. They can't handle. They don't know what a sense of humor is.
No, it's just, and that's been pointed out that Trump doesn't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, that clearly he's impressed with the AI. Although I have to admit, the AI is getting more prevalent on YouTube because I was watching a YouTube short where it's all these babies placed in danger and saved by these dogs. And it was getting more and more ridiculous, like when the 25-foot alligator comes storming through the backyard and is fought off by the German Shepherd while the baby lies in this little bassinet. It's like, what parent will leave their baby at night in a bassinet in the backyard where there's alligators around? And then the tiger came out on the next one. It's like, okay, this is all AI.
I just watched one where it was from the point of view of a ring cam where a golden retriever comes up and sits, noses up to the door, sits there, and the guy in the house says, "What do you want?" And the golden retriever lifts up both paws in the shape of a middle finger. So, yeah, AI is right now. We're in the fart joke. We're in the fart joke version of AI.
The pull my finger version.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be really careful if you're seeing videos out there. Feel free to challenge what your eyes are seeing.
Right.
It's okay to challenge it.
And that's going to be difficult because we're so used to, you see a video or you hear an audio, you tend to believe it because that's usually what we've used as a standard of proof. But artificial intelligence can mimic voices, and scammers use that to fool grandparents, saying like their grandkids have been arrested in Mexico and need $5,000 wired down to them to get them out of jail, type of thing.
Yep. So don't be afraid to challenge things.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll wake you up at midnight with a new one, and we may give you a shout out. Like half baked to you, who is belongs to the official Tom Petty fan club and has seen the Heartbreakers 20 times, wow. And pointed out that Tom's birthday would have been on the 20th.
And who's our fan that has two cats named Tom and Petty?
Oh my gosh, I know who it is, and I can't think of the name right now. Because I get this person confused with the one that's down in Mazatlan, because I know Lisa DeHart Hansen's one of the two, but I don't know if that's the right one.
Okay.
But anyways, so half baked to you. Also, thank you so much for the kind contribution to the channel. We truly appreciate that. Did you give half baked to you a card?
Was that the first person? Was that the Tom Petty 21 concert?
Yes, yes, and and also a donation to the channel.
And they still got the Night of Wants.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay. What else? Cindy Grogan.
Cindy Grogan. Is that Steve Grogan's relative? The former quarterback for your New England Patriots?
Yeah, Cindy's birthday is on the 20th. Cindy, guess what? Half Baked to You says you have the same birthday as Tom Petty.
Happy belated birthday, Cindy.
Yes. And then Tennessee Chin made a kind contribution to the channel.
And we celebrate that. As a matter of fact, I know exactly where that contribution went.
Yes.
Gary's Beer Fund.
It's in this little mini fridge right behind me. And let's see. Let's give just a card for the rest of us. This thing's going on forever. Oh my, it's the blue and pink bikini card. So don't, the devil card, don't get trapped with this. I was watching a video short today where some candidate was spewing MAGA nonsense, and the candidate that was running against him was basically saying, this is an opportunity to show, kind of compassion and forgiveness, because with MAGA, they're taking away their ability for critical thinking, and they're taking away their ability for compassion, and try not to get angry with them, try to show them compassion, and, basically point out where their arguments are, where their facts are not true. And it's really hard to do because they're just so freaking in your face with their facts.
Yeah, they're loud and proud. The Dunning-Kruger is strong with them.
Yeah, and it's really, really hard to be understanding and compassionate when you really just want to choke the living crap out of them.
I've got a friend that I've been friends with for 20, 30 years now.
Yeah.
Roughly 30 years. And my constant message to him is stop getting your news from internet memes. That's usually really solid advice.
Yeah.
Super solid advice. Do not get your news from internet memes. And if you feel the need to get your news from internet memes, Google it. Don't trust if somebody says 413 children were recovered when the National Guard stormed into Portland in a week, in 7 days, like 43 children. I think it was Memphis. 43 children, missing children were found. It's like, Google that stuff.
Yeah, verify it.
Because where were they missing? Were they like truant from school? Were they kidnapped in a slave shop, a sweatshop somewhere? Because it sounds 43 missing children in a city is a ton.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel free to chat. Like, once again, back to the AI thing. It's okay to challenge your meme. Go ahead and see if you can verify, because we get some in the comments. We do get people saying, "Hey, have you heard this?" And Dave and I, we will go out and we'll make sure we'll verify it before we authenticate it before we start spreading it.
Google is your friend.
Yes.
Now, I've been caught on it too, watching bunnies or bears jumping up and down on trampolines on backyard cameras. And one of the things you can look for is, like with the bunnies, they'll have like 10 bunnies jumping up and down, but sometimes the bunnies just disappear. And then they reappear somewhere else. That's a real good way of.
Well, was there like a big black top hat that the bunnies went into?
No, they didn't have that. But it's just kind of like. And then all of a sudden, you ask yourself, well, why would 10 bunnies all of a sudden be on the side of a trampoline, all jump in at once and start bouncing up and down?
And that's exactly. Stop and think about it for a second. It's like, why would a parent leave their baby in a bassinet in the dark on a table in the backyard unattended when there's a crocodile? There's a big pond and there could be crocodiles in there. It's just like I said, I knew it was AI when the tiger showed up. Big Bengal tiger showed up in the next video.
Now, for the fun part of it, it was House of Pain was singing "Jump Around." They overlaid "Jump Around" to it, and we did send it to a family friend who has more love for rabbits than is humanly possible.
Yes. Okay.
She has 100+ rabbit decorations in her house, so sending her bunny videos on a trampoline is just, I'm sure it made her day.
She probably thought it was real.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. We'll catch you on the next video.
Good to see you. Take care. Bye.